everybody. How are you doing tonight? We're just filling in for Cliff, who's on his moon of honey. Hopefully, having a good time. He's gone down the marriage road again. And we're hoping he's having a good time. But so we're here for a little while tonight. Just hanging out. Gonna work on the Phantom some more tonight, and we'll see how things go. We're gonna work on the bass tonight.
Oh, I painted it.
I made our bass out of half of a Hobby Lobby card box and some acrylic rod. The Phantom's gonna sit on, and I'm gonna work on it tonight. I got the rods already bent. We're gonna get this sanded, and I'll put that away for work on getting it sanded and filled. Hey Kevin, Michael, how are you guys tonight?
Hello.
Just to work. We're done with you.
There we go. I should have went and picked up the coffee today. Shit. Whatever.
These card boxes that I get from. Let's see if I got another one down here. Yeah. I get from Hobby Lobby are really cool. They're like $3,
Mm-hmm.
and they you try to take them apart, and you get two bases for $3.
Oh yeah.
The whole playing cards.
Ooh, I got an email. Let me see. Approved. Sweet. Let's go wait from some voting.
You also get this way. You end up with a little extra brass hardware if you need for a build later on down the road. And some brass hinges and brass caps.
I guess. Do the wheel from up still on this little stand. I'll have to touch this up. Proper stereo already touched up. Oh, why not? Yeah, maybe. Okay, that'd be cool.
And I just drilled some holes in it for my acrylic rods to go in, and yeah, we'll get off to the races.
Sweet. Let's see. Steering wheel will go on.
Smeared a goop in it.
I will go like that. I'm guessing. That's the time. Okay. So that's all that. And it's all. Steering wheels on straight. We were painting all this last night, but I didn't feel like painting. And I'm stuck again because I'm not paint shit. Launch in. What's up, Kevin? Panzer? However you say it. What's up?
Yeah. Yep. How are you tonight?
Michael, what's good, man?
The link is pinned at the top if you'd like to come in. If not, you can hang out in the chat. More than happy to have you. More than happy to have you all here tonight.
Yes. My frame right here. So, put the interior and we'll probably get the frame together tonight. Half of it, I'm paint the suspension.
Okay. First coat of that. Putting on a aqua coat grain filler so that when I paint it, the wood grain won't show through. It'd be nice and smooth. Stuff I use for my guitars. Okay. So let's put you over here. See up there. Hope everybody's staying out of trouble today, trying to stay cool. It is like 800 zillion degrees today. It's going to be even worse tomorrow here. Yeah, there was a little bit of rivalry between the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels. Friendly rivalry, but yeah. That was their nicknames for each other when they were both flying the Phantoms. thunder chickens and the blue screaming squid. Oh, it's like the devil's armpit here today. It's gonna be worse tomorrow.
Yeah. It was hot around here, but it wasn't really humid. So it wasn't like a muggy heat. I was outside weed eating and cutting tree limbs today, so it wasn't too bad, but it was still hot as shit.
Dry. Could have been bad. Could have been very bad.
Uh-oh. What'd you almost spill?
Future.
Ew.
Did spill a little bit, but just a little. Fortunately, the bottle didn't tip all the way over.
Yeah. I wish a spruce Cadillac was a little bit more relatively available. It's got some awesome parts in it. Radiator, motor, seats, even the door panels are pretty sweet looking. You can use those on something else. I don't know how big of a fan I am of these wheels, though. I might just end up using them because it'd be easier. Which I probably like them. I'll like them. I'll probably like them more once I paint the red ring around them gold. Just because red ain't gonna match nothing on this car.
Yeah.
And the gold will match the Cadillac emblems a little bit. It will offset.
Yeah, it's really rare that the actual kit wheels end up on a car I build, but I end up using them down the road and something else generally.
Yeah.
But the only wheels I've got that I just completely dislike are were the ones that came in the Surfshark. That and the half of the wheels that came in the 65 GTO. The other ones will be okay because it came with two sets. But the ones in the Surfshark just sucked. I guess the ones in the Bonneville I did were kind of bad too. I ended up not using them. The other ones eventually find a home in another build.
Yeah, that's what most of my rims do, or they get set up with like or I'll put them in the back of like a work truck or a shop truck. Couple tires, I got a bunch of old tires and a couple old motors in the back with some work trucks upstairs in the case. Shop trucks, I should say. But same thing. I need to paint my drive shaft. I just realized that. I can get the motor and exhaust in before the shaft needs to be done. So it's not gonna be something. Little girls just want to have fun with Kevin. No, they don't.
Hey, brother. How's things in Sweden?
Even just the frame from this Cadillac. If I can just buy this frame, yeah, I'd be happy.
Hey, Steven. How are you tonight? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we're just filling in because Cliff's on his honeymoon, and I was here. So
the back of this frame coming up like that, the way it does, it looked good on with this under a pickup. Have those frame rails coming up through the pickup bed.
yeah.
A lot of these parts in this Cadillac would look good on my other builds, but I'm not parting this Cadillac out. That's just not going to happen. If I get a second one, maybe, but no. Wonder how it would look if I paint these Foose wheels, just paint them all gold, like the whole wheel gold.
Good.
Paint it gold and then have the outer ring of the wheel chrome. Gold wheels and match that Mercury it's going to sit next to upstairs in the case. I use some gold Danas on that Mercury. I don't want to paint them gold though, and I not like it. Which I guess I could. I don't like it. I guess I could strip the wheel. And yeah.
You got any Tamiya transparent yellow? Or yellow highlighter pen? Because then you could put it on there and see how it looks and see if you like it without being permanent.
I'm trying to vision it in my head. The wheel's gold on this car. Sit here and envision it long enough. I'll either say yes or no. That wouldn't look very good. Nah, it would not look very good. I'll put the ring around them gold. Which with the white wall that look good. But, yeah. I want to use a different set of wheels, but I don't feel like spending any money. So just use the stock ones.
And Jason, how are you tonight?
What up, what up? What the hell is that decal though? A little bitty decal on that sheet.
Stuff is bad for you.
That's an itty bitty decal. Sheet, little back right. Decal 2.
Speaking of Roseanne, have you talked to Ride to Win lately, Britta? I haven't heard from him in quite a while.
He's been a little preoccupied. There's a Roseanne marathon going on. Decal 1, Decal 2. There's like that goes in the center of the center. Oh, okay. I got detail painted in the steering wheel and stuff. All right, anyway, painted the center of the wheel gold, so I'm not gonna use it. That steering wheel should be dry enough now.
Okay.
Stick it on the car. Let's let's put the steering wheel so I'll blue on my dashboard.
Yeah, it took a staph infection for me to quit smoking because they stuck me in the hospital for 2 weeks, and by then I was kind of over the addiction part because you can't have any cigarettes in the hospital. Hey, Norm. And that when I got home, I didn't have any at the house. So by the time I got to go out, it was like 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks later. So I was over it by then and just never went back.
You were just like, fuck it by then.
But if there'd been any at the house when I got home from the hospital, I'd have gone right back to it. But even still, I'll be doing something and I'll reach where my cigarettes used to be, and like I'm gonna pick one up and grab it. They're done there.
My uncle was like that for a long time after he quit before he started again. He'd be
All right, boy. Have a
fooling
good night.
around with something, he'd start reaching towards his tip pocket or his pocket for his lighter or whatever.
Yeah.
For his freaking Zippo or whatever.
Get dry for a little bit, and we can.
I was even like that when I quit vaping for that little while. I'd notice myself reaching into my pocket or freaking fiddling with something in my hands like this. I'll fiddle with it all the time, and if I'm not doing anything, I even noticed for a little while when I quit, I was doing that.
The worst was when I was driving because that's where I used to smoke all the time. Most of it was when I was driving back and forth to work.
Yeah.
It was a 40-minute drive back and forth to work. I virtually chain smoked driving back and forth to work.
That's where holding this thing in my hand while I'm driving is how I learned to drive with one hand. Or freaking when I used to smoke pot, I used to learn how I learned to drive with my knee. Damn, I didn't know that would stick out. I should paint that damn thing white, probably. That fucker sticks out real bad. I don't like painting on this dashboard, though. This dashboard's already set and ready to go. So you won't see it. You get some sandpaper. I still need to wet sand the body. These blemishes, I need sanded out of it.
Yes, it's tough. Just gotta kind of do it. You know, break down and do it.
Where's my toothpick? The end of my bleed off again. Now we're make sure that goes on there correct, and I'll fuck it up. Push it down, and it's sort of in there. No, it's fine. Door panels will look pretty damn good too, Tom. But
Yeah, say it's been like 6 years for me, and still occasionally I'll reach over to where they used to be and go to pick them up, and they're just not there no more. Not even thinking about it. Just subconscious.
What's up, Norm?
One more time, and it will be done.
All right, let's put the dashboard in, and let's not forget it. That's on there. That's not in place. That just doesn't look like it's fitting correct to me. But no, that's correct. Just looks a little odd. Yeah, is that on there all the way? No, it's on there. The dashboard's lining up. That's all. Yeah. No, it's on there. Okay. It's correct. This looks off to me, but whatever. It looks pretty damn good. I like it.
Open trunk. Do you paint the inside, the body color? Where this go? Most of this, like my car is the 70s, like GMs had like that battle speckled grayish color stuff in the inside.
Like the
It'd be
side,
overspray.
the actual trunk part were body, but they usually would have had
Yeah,
like a matte or
overspray.
something.
Of the color of the outside color. There'd be like an overspray on like the around the edge of the lid and a little bit inside. But yeah, it was that gray, pebbly stuff, but bluish gray on the GMs anyway that I remember having.
And there's a chrome strip that runs along the door panel and the dash. I didn't paint. Okay, it's already gathering. I'm gonna take it apart for that. It'll be okay.
And there was that rubbery pad thing on the bottom of the trunk. Like inside the fender wells and stuff were that grayish, black, pebbly, almost like a truck liner type stuff.
Depends too if you're going a stock kind of a build or if you're going
Yeah,
like a custom build, then
yeah, it might be color matched. Yeah,
color match it and then do like some flocking on the bottom of the trunk, like some carpeting or whatever. Just kind of all depends what kind of build you're going with.
Oh, sorry, Panther.
I've never opened up a trunk on a kid. So
There you go. Welcome to the show.
Meow, thank you. Yes, I was kind of kicking around tonight just in case you were active because somebody kindly gifted me a membership to your channel for a month. So I thought I better poke my head in and say thanks to whoever that was that was doing that.
No problem. Yeah, tomorrow night's my regular night, but I know Cliff got married on Saturday and he wasn't on tonight. So
yeah,
and I'm here at the bench, so we might as well.
Yeah. Oh.
he's enjoying though.
Yeah, I smoked a pipe for a while because it was cheaper, but in the end, I just kept going back to cigarettes until I finally was in the hospital for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, another week and a half at home. So, about 3.5 weeks without any. And by that time, I was over the physical addiction to nicotine or something. Not that I recommend somebody have to go in the hospital for 3 weeks to get off cigarettes, because that's what it takes. Let that dry one more time.
This was a topic of conversation about 6-7 months ago in a group that I was involved in. We were talking about how much a packet of cigarettes in the UK costs. And I mean, I bought my last packet of cigarettes. Last time I bought a packet of cigarettes was 2011. And I think it was about £8, £9 a packet. And I think it's about 16, 17 quid for a packet of cigarettes. That's about what, $30?
Yeah, depending on where you are in the U.S., the different states have the different taxes. A lot of the East Coast states, they're up there $10 or $12, or maybe a little bit more a pack. Out here in the Midwest, they're still running around $5. But yeah, that's still a lot of money. I mean, I was able to buy a whole lot more model stuff once I got rid of the.
Yeah, I was about to say, like I know tax even on these is a little bit cheaper over in Missouri around where Bob is than it is over here.
Somebody's not the thing. Where's my thing? Oh, yeah. I need to tidy up my bench.
Every time I go to Oklahoma, I'd stop at the Indian reservation and buy boatloads of them because they were tax free. But yeah, it made a big difference when I quit. I mean, I felt better and I had a lot more extra spending cash that you didn't realize you were spending at all. Maybe you did, but you ignored it. Because that was $35 a week I wasn't spending.
Yeah, and if you work that out over a month, times 4, so that's what, $120, $130, $140. That's
Yeah.
what, at least 2 kits.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about little electronic dildos, everybody calls them. Okay, one of them will last me a good 4 weeks. Depends how much I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was like gray speckled paint that was in the trunk on the sides of the fender wells and stuff. The hood, the trunk lid, the underside would have a little bit of overspray, but the center would be that gray speckled too. If I remember right, it's been a long time since I've been into a 70s era, 60s or 70s era car in the trunk. It wasn't a resto mod type thing, so.
Just backing
Oh,
up,
yeah.
Mountain Dew. What was it you said? An electronic what?
Steve Babe. He calls it
Electronic dildo. That's what everybody calls these.
That's what I thought you'd said. I thought my hearing had went there.
That's what everybody calls them. A little plastic dicks or electronic dicks, whatever.
Yeah, stick some rabbit ears on it, then you can.
All right, that's what a lot of the old timers call them.
See. Glue those in, I think so. You can go ahead and glue those in. They won't affect the decaling any.
Oh, no. No. Okay. Well, interior's done on the caddy. Pink and gold. Off straps on the steering wheel. That's done. Now what can I do? I think I can get the motor and everything in. Glue that on, and then I'll have to wait for my suspension to dry, but I don't need that for a little bit. Oh. That right. All right. Move the body. So I'm gonna put on that. And where are my glass? Oh, you lost on this kid. All of it. So how does that go? Motor, and then okay, well,
Yeah, for a cut model, I probably would paint it just a regular gray. And if you wanted, you could try to dust on a little bit of a blue or lighter gray or something just to try and speckle it up a little bit. But I think it might not look too scale either, so I might just go with just a solid color.
sure. Goes in a little odd. So that is. There a hole? There is a hole for it going right there. But that doesn't line up. Oh, it's because I'm boy. That's not how it goes.
Yeah. Because it had a black or dark gray rubberish or feltish pad down in the bottom. And some of them had that. Fancier cars had it up on the sides too, but yeah.
That doesn't go in there.
Inexpensive cars would have had just had that speckled paint in them.
Oh, it does. It's like that. Here's the
Just
question.
fill the trunk with a bunch of junk, like the real life.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Red powder and jacks and bags of stuff and all kinds of accumulated crap that would end up in the trunk.
Not just friction stuff goes on like that there. Once that goes on, it ain't going nowhere. Get speckled blue on the back. It don't need to be too much. Get that soft thing. So it's running through the frame rails, which I like. That's how the real. Let me make sure it will. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. We dripped on a piece of tape on the table. Trying to get that out. Get it somehow. Right there, they would go on that side. Well, which side do I just have it on? What that side's for. Even up, keep that side. Great. Oh, it's not right there. Where's the hole right there? No. There's three pigs up. Easy, pretty easy. Come on, up. Right. Turn that over. Wind up. There.
Yeah, if you got your fuel cell and your nitrous bottle back there, I just probably think the rest of it black, flat black.
And of course, that one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's fine. Right, see what the fine. Let me see. Where is the motor? That's it.
Great.
Oh, I was supposed to put that on. Probably never ending yet, so it don't matter. And that just goes on to the okay. I'll dry and then I'll put on that. Oh, colors on that. Wow, that's how it's feeling about you. There we go. All right. Phone started bugging out, so I had to connect the hotspot. And how does this work? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Make sure it's straight.
First one is on.
It's good, of course. I have to name the numbers. Damn, she worked. Good, good. Good. Surprised the exhaust lines up with the manifolds in this kit. I don't think I've ever had a stock exhaust line up for me that well.
It happens.
That's why I always end up making my own exhaust. Because it never lines up well.
Hey, Bruce, how are you tonight?
Whoopee! Oh, man. Ah! Damn it! You fucking asshole! Okay. Okay. We're good. Make sure my exhaust doesn't come loose. Okay. Stay, a-hole. All I want to do is put the bottom of the floor in. Make sure I'm not grabbing my exhaust, please. Okay, there we go. Those the other pieces right there. And voila. Put up the piece in the back. So not everything lines up. Okay. And we're good. Yeah. There's stuff somewhere. Okay. Cadillac is. Bunch of it. Did I ever paint my radiator hose? I did not. I don't know about that. Got any decals going with valve covers? I don't want to put freeze on there. Not really.
Hey, Juan, how are you tonight? Yeah, there's always room for one more.
Oh, shoot.
I may have knocked over my bottle of white spirit.
Oh, I could do that. I could put Kiss My Ass on these valve covers.
Good.
And not on it. Ooh, that's why I should have done that Roush motor. I might have. I'm honestly use the other white one I wanted. So. Nah,
Someone
no,
under
actually use the other one. I don't know, Marcy got it, did. What other details are there? Got no caddy details with the on there. So, that'll be kind of. Yep. Oh, okay. Nope.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi, Bob. I forgot to turn the other camera on. Thought I'd jump in and say hi. I'm doing okay.
And they're really small.
Happy to have you.
Apparently I'm not okay, huh? Ugh.
Yeah, you're really small. You're mini Mike size at this point.
Well, come on. Hello.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
There it is.
Yay. I'm new at this.
It's okay.
Believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn for you.
Where does this? How does this go on here? Oh, like that. Oh, well, I'm just fucking stupid.
The chat looks pretty awesome there, Bob, compared to last time I seen it.
Thank you. They always start looking cool when you start putting the fancy stuff on them.
Yeah.
I'll do this chrome just because it looks like a Cadillac Leaf. And I already fucked up. That's okay. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but if you do, you'll see it. My fuck up.
This is where we innocently inquire, what have you fucked up? Point it out to us so that we can all see it, and then point it out to you when you're finished.
I'm using a chrome pen on something I probably shouldn't be using a chrome pen on, and it just, I don't know.
It's only paint.
Yeah. Well, it's on the caddy. There's like a little V looking thing on the firewall, and I don't know, it just looked like a Cadillac V to me. So I ran it chrome.
There you go. Hey, it's your story. Just saying. It has to look the part. Doesn't have to be a part.
It looks like something.
It's probably an electric cable.
Yeah, why worry about whether the firing order on the engine is right? It's not going to run anyway.
Yeah, Bear.
I'm the same way. It doesn't matter. But, you know, we have those persons out there that really like to be that way. So,
Oh, yes.
Or like
Yes.
me, I've never actually plug wired a motor on a kit. It's just kind of sit on my shelf and look cool with the hood closed anyway. Yeah. Oh, fucking dog. Yeah.
There's a well-known British modeler who did the Star Wars cat, the AT-AT Walker, as a cat in
Yeah.
yellow as a construction machine, and he was rivet counted over it.
Damn it. I was going to go buy blue painter's tape today. Shit. Started working outside and forgot what I was going to do today.
Get frog tape, you'll be much happier with it. It's a little more expensive, but it works much better.
Yeah. Well, I'm just doing it because on the side of the caddy, there's all that little trim. So I'm just going to tape off the trim and I'll use my little chrome Sharpie. But I'm only going to tape it off so I don't mess up the trim. So I've tried to freehand it on a 56 Bel Air and that didn't turn out very well. But yeah.
Okay, I need to get engine parts ready and everything ready to primer and paint. Okay. I have to write notes.
Yes, you're just putting them in the wrong order.
Well, I'm old, you know.
I put that on there and now I can't get my drive shaft in. I can feed it through. Never mind.
That little tint that sticks out there, just cut that off. It'll go in.
Yeah. Well, the bottom of the caddy and the frame are two different parts. And the drive shaft kind of runs up through the frame. But there's a little opening on the end. I could feed it through, no problem.
Hey, where you going?
I didn't even think about that before I glued the floor onto it. Okay. Or I could treat it like a lot of them SEMA trucks or cars and just not put a drive shaft in
Bluetooth.
it.
So that's not going to work. I have something that will work.
A hammer?
Toothpick. Super glue.
Yeah, I need to get some, Kevin. I just haven't never bought it. I've just always used the pens. I've got a steady enough hand where the pens are pretty easy for me. Doing trim on the side of a car, so different, but like a raised piece of trim on the side of the window or a windshield, I can get that, no problem.
Man, Jason. Duck and cover, buddy.
Hey, Ed.
Hi, Red.
Hey,
Did you get my email, Red?
You'd be safe there, Jason. Those tornadoes can be a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's not even in Kansas. You're right, Kevin. Cool.
Well, lately, most of the worst tornadoes have been over your way, over Kentucky, Tennessee areas.
That's way south of me.
That goes on like that. That's easy enough. Oh, now I'm at a standstill again. Well, I'm waiting for paint to dry. And I still can't paint the OBS because I don't have the wheel wells cut out, and I can't cut the wheel wells out until I order some rims. Well, I'm too much of a cheap ass.
A little trick or a little hack I learned was when using enamel, or to a certain extent acrylic-based products, is get yourself one of those cheap hair dryers from, in the UK it's Aldi or Lidl. I think you've started to see Aldi opening up in the US, but a big box store that does things cheap. And you just use it on to force dry your products when you've applied them. I did it to this thing when I was muted. I just wafted the hairdryer over that.
Yeah, I have one of the little heat guns. Just got to be more careful with it because this does put out a lot more heat than most.
Yeah, I used to, when I used to fly radio control aircraft, used to have a heat gun for that. And it's not the sort of thing that you leave sitting in one place at the same time. You've got to keep the heat gun moving.
For doing the monocoat and stuff.
Yeah. I hate to see what a price of that, or a price of that is these days.
Man, I need to do a video on the Spruce Cadillac. I'm already a good halfway through it. I haven't even done a video on it. Start depending on this until I'm done with this thing. Actually, I got Bronco behind me. I need something. I need this. I want to put on that Bronco, but that one, the Chevy sitting over here. Put better on a Chevy than a Ford. Cover for you. That's split. Let me carve that hole off just so thing. Oh, that's not gonna be. Screw that. What's up, Chuck?
Hey Jack, how are you tonight? We just hanging out here. Getting in some
Down the street. Same on the phone.
Okay, decision time, decision time. What bird are we gonna do?
If it's got more than 2 wings, treat it with suspicion.
Yes.
Oh, I have the option that I can do any of the 1 through 6 of the birds. So I say which one I want to do.
Oh, well, bye, Kevin.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye, Kevin.
What are you trying to decide, Bob?
Oh, the which number bird to do? 1 through 6. Number 5 is usually the soloist. Number 1 would be the commander. Number 2 would be the wing second element leader. We'll do it.
Does any particular one have more decal options than the other one does?
No, they just have different numbers and different pilots' names. Same with Thunderbirds, it matters because on the solo plane number 5, but since the floor does most of it show upside down, they put the 5 on upside down on the Thunderbirds, but they didn't do that on the Blue Angels. So when I do a Thunderbirds plane, I almost always do number 5 just because of that fact.
Do something different. Put number 69, Pilot
No.
Senior.
No.
There you go. Kind of what I was thinking, Jimmy.
Not for this one.
Or at least put senior on there for the pilot.
69, Pilot Senior.
And there's always one Marine pilot in the group, and he's on this decals. He's ship number 2. I think we'll go with 5. The solo pilot. Since I've only got one plane.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's the point.
Instead of the numbers, put wax on, Mr. Miyagi Pilot.
I ain't watched that in a while.
I don't think I've ever seen an entire movie. I've seen the beginning and the end.
Well, Netflix, there's like 5 seasons of the series. Where they came back like now, current times, where Daniel's an old guy and
Miyagi was a ghost.
no, he's just dead in there. But the guy that Daniel fought in the first movie is his partner in the dojo now, and trees to bring him back. He's a bad guy still, and it's pretty good. There's 81.
I don't think that's going to hold that.
Called Cobra Kai is the series.
Nah, I haven't seen any of that either. I don't even think I've seen the same Karate movie. I think I've seen the beginning of the original Karate Kid, and I've seen the end of the newer one with Jaden Smith.
That one sucked. Just ignore that one altogether.
I've only seen the end of that one, and I've only ever seen the beginning of the original.
Pretend that one didn't exist. Kind of like Godfather 3. Just ignore that it was ever there.
Yeah. Third one was a little, what the heck? I like the second Godfather actually more than the first one.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person who dislikes the Godfather Part 3.
Oh, that's just like very well known. It's not very good.
Yeah, we just pretend that one doesn't exist. Kind of like Star Wars Episode 1. You just kind of ignored that ever happened.
It's not there.
Usually, if they've made different spin-offs of the same movie 3 times, the third one, usually they've run out of ideas. Except for Cars 3. Cars 3 was actually very good.
For Karate Kid, the first 2 were good. The third one was all right. The fourth one just it pretended it never happened. And then the modern series, the Netflix series, the Cobra Kai, is pretty good because it's done as they're all grown up now as adults, and Daniel's daughter is in the one of the fighters, and all the kids in school are on the 2 different factions, and it's pretty good. I like it. And you can watch it in chunks because there's like 5 seasons of hour episodes, like 8 episodes each one. So it's not like a movie where you got to sit down and commit 2 hours at a time.
Sort of like Stranger Things.
Most recent TV series I watched or binged on was what was the name of the damn thing? The Handmaid's Tale. And I kind of got there's a story behind it. A couple of years ago, well, last year, I bought a first edition copy of a book. And when it arrived, it was the first edition copy of the slipcase. The book that was inside the slipcase was not the original the book I asked for. And it was a copy of The Handmaid's Tale. And one of my colleagues at work says to me, "Have you read it?" And I said, "No." Jokingly, I said I'd wait for the movie to come out. Anyway, around Christmas, they gifted me a present of a DVD, and it was the terrible 1980s movie of The Handmaid's Tale. And within a week, every YouTube feed there was something about The Handmaid's Tale was mentioned on it. So, and it looked quite interesting. So, I bought the first season because Amazon happened to have a special deal on 2 DVD box sets for 15 quid. Now, when you consider that an average DVD box set was about 16, 17 pounds, it was buy one with a discount and get another one free of charge.
Yeah.
So I may have bought the 5 seasons of The Handmaid's Tale, and I think it was one of the season of something else that I thought I'd try from Amazon till they cottoned on the deal was costing them money.
Hey, Marcy.
Hey, Marcy, Muse.
I think the last thing I binge watched was what was it? I try not to binge watch a lot of TV series because then I'll get done with it and like, damn, I really just sat here and watched however many seasons of something. Like in 3 days. I think the last thing I did that to was Sopranos.
The very first season of Picard was my first one doing that too.
I did it with all 4 or 5 seasons with Sopranos in like 3 days. And then before that, I think it was the entire season of the Yellowstone spinoff, 1883.
The boss is saying it's an interesting binge watch. It is. Wait a minute. In fact, the DVDs are actually sitting behind me because I'll have them on as background noise for the second run through.
I think the next thing I'm gonna end up binge watching is my buddy's gonna let me borrow his DVD copy of Sons of Anarchy.
I mean, if you've never seen Jericho, that was one of those strange TV series that came out, I think it was 2000, 97, 98. They did a full season and then they axed it because it wasn't getting the ratings. But now there's The Handmaid's Tale. That's what I've been watching. And there's Homeland as well. I have them on as background noise when I'm at the bench.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do for a while, Marcy, but I had 3 days where I didn't work last summer, and those 3 days I watched Sopranos.
The West Wing's another one. That's quite good. That's quite a good one to watch if you've never seen that. Although it's starting to date a little bit now.
I still need to watch Breaking Bad. I hear Breaking Bad was really good. I haven't seen any of it.
What was the one that I watched last year? Was Lost. I managed to get myself for a decent price the complete Lost box set. and it started off so well,
Oh yeah, they're just like what the
and then
hell is going on?
then it got a bit the last season, the last 2 seasons, it was a bit,
The wheels kind of fell off. Yeah.
yeah.
I agree because I watched them the next to last season. I think 2 episodes into it. I'm going, this is stupid. I just quit watching it.
My Christmas tradition has been to the latest season of The Walking Dead. Now, The Walking Dead has come to an end, and thankfully, Fear the Walking Dead is the last season has been done of that, and that's I've got that to look forward to for Christmas.
I think I've only seen the first season of Walking Dead.
The first 3 seasons where they had Frank Darabont as the front runner, as the showrunner, were brilliant. Then they replaced him, they sacked him and got somebody else in, and that's when it just went downhill.
Not even the entire first season. I caught a couple episodes just because my girlfriend at the time was like really into it. So we'd go to do something, whatever night, and she'd be like, "Wait, I have to wait for this to get over." I'm like, "Oh fuck, okay." It just never. I don't know. I just never got into it.
The only reason I found out about it was because in the UK, AMC may have put a publicity poster right next to a funeral parlour, and that made the national headlines. You don't want to be advertising The Walking Dead on a funeral parlour.
Yellowstone's the only real series I've been getting really into lately. Or not even lately. I've been watching that for a while. But I need to watch the spinoffs they have. 1883. There's 1923. And there's another one I can't remember. I watched the first one. I still need to watch the second spinoff and the third spinoff. November, I'm waiting for the new season of Yellowstone to start. And if Kevin Costner is not John Dutton, or if they kill off Kevin Costner's character, I am done with the whole goddamn series. Just because that's how I found it, because I love anything Kevin Costner's in. The only series he was in I haven't watched the whole thing of was when he was in the Hatfield McCoy series for a little while. Or not a little while, he was in it for the whole thing, but I think there was only really one season or something of that. I've only watched the first couple episodes.
It seems to me that basically they get a TV show that does really well in the ratings, then they create spin-offs, and then the spin-offs basically kill the shows. I mean, the Fear the Walking Dead, the spin-off for that was so bad.
I will agree with that, except for the Yellowstone spin-offs. All of those are the one spin-off of it I've actually watched was really good. I like that show. But if they Yeah, it was red. I liked it though. It was very good. A bromance going on there. Hey, I will fully give it to you. I love Kevin Costner.
AMC streaming the Hell on Wheels show was a really good. It's another cowboyish, Yellowstone-ish type thing.
Yeah.
About the building of the Continental Railroad.
Mm-hmm. That's why I need to watch that. Like I said, if I can get my buddy to loan me his DVD pack, I'm gonna watch Sons of Anarchy. Which I unfortunately already know how the whole series ends, the very last episode, just because of fucking YouTube. I didn't realize that was the very last scene of the whole series when I've seen it pop up on my recommended. And then with Breaking Bad, I need to watch. I unfortunately know how it ends just because of fucking Family Guy memeing it that time.
If it isn't YouTube, it's Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Hell on Wheels a lot.
Which Ghost Rider, Chuck? Because the only good Ghost Rider is the first original one with Nicolas Cage. The second one with Nicolas Cage, Revenge of Vengeance, or whatever the hell it was called, Spirit of Vengeance, that's it, was all right. It wasn't the best. It was all right.
Guys, I gotta go. I got a friend stop by. So we'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.
Good night. We'll be around tomorrow night too.
See you, Bruce.
Okay.
Oh, but
Same with Kevin Costner. There's a few actors I like everything they're in. Kevin Costner, Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood. And I guess not Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got a few movies he's in that weren't very good, but most of the stuff Leonardo DiCaprio's in.
I think I've watched 2 of his movies. The first one was Titanic. The other one was The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street is a good movie. What was that movie he was in where he was a slave owner? Django? That was a good movie too. I think the best movie Leonardo was in, though, was Gangs in New York. And if you haven't seen that movie, that is one movie you need to watch. Gangs in New York is a fantastic movie.
Okay, it's not me. Clippers. There we go. What was it I watched the other week there? It was Civil War. That was I managed to find that on YouTube. And then I found the HBO TV movie, which I found slightly better than the remake. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
The last movie I watched was actually a couple weeks ago. And usually, if there's no live going on when I'm down here working, I'll throw a movie on from like one of YouTube's free movies or whatever. And the last one I watched was Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. That movie doesn't get that movie doesn't get enough credit. I love that movie.
Yeah, a free movie on YouTube that's really good is Fortress. During the World War II stuff. It's about a B-17 crew.
There, I haven't seen that yet.
Really good.
The next one I have saved is one my mom told me to watch. It's Mississippi Burning. She told me to watch that, and I found it on YouTube for free. So I got it saved. Next time I'm down here and there's no live going on, I'll watch that.
Hey, Edward.
Yeah. Hey, Edward.
Edward.
Squishy Hops.
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I like that one.
Like that movie. I think the biggest reason I like Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man is Harley has a beautiful freaking motorcycle in that movie. I've seen photos of that bike in real life. That back tire is basically touching that back fender. There's probably a pinky nail worth of space in between that damn fender and that tire. I got a couple movies saved I need to watch. My mom keeps recommending me some good movies I've never seen. That I need to watch. Usually, if my mom tells me it's a good movie, I need to watch it. It's usually a good movie. She's not a big movie fan, but if it's really good, she likes it. I mean, if she likes it, that means it's really good. One movie that does not need a part two, and it kind of irritates me they're even making a part two to it, is fucking Gladiator. There does not need to be a Gladiator part two. Gladiator ended perfect. That was a good movie. That was a great fucking movie. They do not need a part two.
I can see them doing Fury Part 2 or Saving Private Ryan Part 2.
I think the only movie series I've liked that has multiple movies in the series that have all been pretty good was Lethal Weapon.
Cool.
I like all the Lethal Weapons.
That's going back a while.
I love Lethal Weapon. I like anything. Here's another one. I like anything. Shit, his name's slipping my mind. Damn it! What the hell is his name? He also did Braveheart. What the hell is his name? Which Braveheart?
Mel Gibson.
Melly Gibson's, yes. Freaking name was slipping my mind. Braveheart also was a great movie he was in. They were talking about for a while making a Braveheart too. And I really, really hope they don't. Braveheart does not need a part 2.
Kind of hard. He got drawn and quartered, disemboweled, and beheaded at the end of the movie. So there ain't no coming back from that.
Well, it's the same thing in Gladiator too.
Well, they could have another gladiator, but I mean,
Nah, he's
done and gone.
the way they're doing it. The dude, he's dead. The little kid that was in the movie, it was what's her face's fucking son, is now a gladiator trying to return Rome to what the Maximus wanted it to be. And it just does not look good. They, for some reason, have a weird amount of rappers playing people in that movie.
Yeah, you're kind of taking your life in your own hands by bad talking a Scottish hero. The Panzer in here.
I'm not bad talking the Scottish hero. I fucking love Braveheart, but it does not need a part 2.
Yeah, you've got to remember that it's an action movie, and any resemblance or coincidence to the real events are purely hypothetical. They could do Braveheart 2, only I think it would be more what's his name, Robert the Bruce, rather than William Wallace. Oops. But that ended disastrously as well. I mean, what got me was the fact that they came to Scotland, or the scouts scouted Scotland to make the movie. They looked over the battlefields and discovered that we've got these telephone poles and electricity pylons all over the place. And then they moved to Ireland to film there. Apart from the sequence, oh no, it wasn't the sequence at Urquhart Castle, but that was Highlander. But no, there's not many. I mean, what's the next big movie that's coming out in the UK that's been made in the UK is 28 years later. That's the next big movie.
I might get a little hate for this one, but I didn't think Highlander was a very good movie. Didn't care for it.
Sorry, what movie?
I just couldn't get into it. I don't know.
Sorry, what movie did you say there?
Highlander.
Oh, Highlander. Yes.
I just couldn't get into it.
Yes, a lot of Scottish people did take the Michael out of Sean Connery for that. What was it? The Spanish Egyptian with the Scottish accent.
Yeah.
The Spanish Peacock.
Yeah.
The only reason I originally checked that movie out was from watching Talladega Nights at Ricky Bobby. In the movie, he says Highlander is the greatest movie ever made. So I checked it out, and it was probably.
Again, that was a movie series that should have ended after the first one.
Then I did two different TV series up after it too.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings though. Lord of the Rings looks cool. I kind of want to check it out. I've just never have.
It's actually a really good movie. The problem is you've got to watch Lord of the Rings. In theory, you should actually watch The Hobbit first because it's set before The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Because of the way that the cinema has moved on in the time between the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I'm afraid to say the Hobbit movies are far better.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. No. I already liked a bunch of them anyway, but I've been watching recently because they've been having a bunch of them on TV. Clint Eastwood's a lot of his old westerns. The Good and the Bad, the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, Outlaw Josie Wales, Mule from Mother Mary. Those are all good movies.
Funnily enough, that was what was on their television tonight. Was the Outlaw Josie Wales.
Great movie. Preacher Man, get out of here! Great. Not all of them, though. I like Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but that newer movie Clint Eastwood was in, The Mule. Or I guess it's not really newer anymore, but I remember watching it when it came out. That was a good movie, The Mule. Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood was in. That was a good movie. Anything he's in, I like.
Okay, so it's not right here.
Yeah. They tend to screw that up.
Yeah, I don't know, Mars. Anything? I've never seen any of them old westerns with John Wayne, just because my grandma, with a passion, hated John Wayne. When everybody was going to war, he stayed behind and made movies about war. Is what she always told me. So I just never really watched any of them. I'd like to, though. I'd like to watch them now. Yeah. The only newer movie they're coming out with that I kind of have to go see is the new Fast and Furious movie. Only because every time one comes out, I've always just gone and seen it. Ever since I've watched the first Fast and Furious, I've always went and seen them all.
I can honestly say I have never watched any Fast and Furious movie, nor have I watched any of the Ocean's movies.
This one, the newer one, I'm a little bit more hyped to go see because the dude that does all the stuff with the movies, like getting all the cars ready for them, has a YouTube channel. And he's been talking about it a lot, that they're going back to the original. It'll be about street racing, not stealing stuff. Not like some super crazy action-packed, doing crazy shit movie. It'll go back to street racing. And apparently, well, not apparently, the dude's talked about it. I don't know. He's hinted at it. He hasn't really talked about it that one of Paul Walker's brothers are gonna help bring Paul Walker back in for the very last of the movies. because this is the last Fast and Furious movie they're ever going to make. They've already said that. They're done with it after this.
Should have been done with it after the Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift was a good freaking one. That one, the first one and Tokyo Drift are my favorites. Just because I love the tuner car scene. All those damn little Tokyo Racers or whatever. Fucking M4 Supras, Skyline GTRs, I love them all.
Would now be the time to bring up the gay scenes that are frequently mentioned in American Dad. Have
The what?
The gay sex scenes that are frequently in American Dad, that are frequently mentioned in American Dad, but they have to cut out.
American Dad's another one I still watch. I don't watch much Family Guy anymore, but I will watch the hell out of some American Dad. And South Park.
One that I came across
earlier, actually.
One that I came across a few years ago was Bob's Burgers. I actually really like that.
Bob's Burgers is pretty good. I watch it occasionally. I stopped watching Simpsons a few years ago. I don't know. They've lost their. I don't know. If the older episodes are on, I watch it, but I haven't seen any newer episodes of Simpsons in a long time.
I have never been a fan of The Simpsons. So.
I always liked it because fucking Homer and Bart made me laugh. If it'll make me laugh, I'm into it. I can't watch. I watch some drama, like really dramatic movies, but otherwise, I want to laugh at something.
Yeah, sorry. I had to look very carefully at what Styrene Bender said there. They pulled a green eclipse out from behind a barn. I thought he typed something else there.
That's why I love Will Ferrell movies so much. Just because I will always laugh at a Will Ferrell movie. They're funny. Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Holmes and Watson, Anchorman. I love those movies. They just always will make me laugh. I love Looney Tunes, actually, Edward. Usually late at night when I'm laying down, ready to chill out. One of the cartoon channels will always have some Looney Tunes on, and I'll watch it. That shit's just classic humor. That shit'll never not be funny.
Yes, the original Tom and Jerry's.
I like Tom and Jerry, but I always thought, I always liked Tom better. I always thought Jerry was a dick.
Yeah, my sympathy was always with the poor cat.
Yeah, I don't even like cats, but I think Jerry's a dick. Especially in a couple episodes where Tom's just trying to do his own thing with a girl or something, or trying to get some food, and Jerry's just fucking with him the entire time. I'm like, dude, you're being a dick. For a long time in my room, I didn't have cable. I had a DVD VHS tape player in my room. So a lot of movies and TV shows on DVD was what I had. And most of what I had was Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes. Just a lot of that. Shit, I'll still sit down and watch some Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but not the seasons with Scrappy in it.
Dude, I loved Scrappy. Scrappy was freaking my boy.
Scrappy should be taken out.
Scooby Dumb.
Yeah, he should be taken out. He should be taken behind the woodshed and be introduced to the business end of the 12 gauge.
No.
He should be old yellered. Yeah.
No.
My one ambition in life, though, is to actually eat a pizza the same way Scooby Doo does, which is a solid run pizza, uncut, balanced on the end of a finger, burling round as you go, nom, 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 nom.
Scooby Doo, I will say, being older and have done things, Scooby Doo's a lot funnier than I know why Shaggy and Scooby were always damn hungry. My brother, he was sick a couple months ago, and he had Scooby Doo on, and just making him laugh. I muted it and was like voicing over everybody. Dude, fucking, he laughed so fucking hard. Fucking the whole episode, they were running around trying to beat up this ghost, trying to see if he had money or a lighter on him. Fucking the stupid shit me and my brother do, making each other laugh. Which, speaking of that, Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke is a fucking hilarious movie. I love that movie.
Eventually, we'll get round to remaking those as well.
What the hell, Edward?
I'm sure there's cartoonists on Patreon who make content along that ilk.
Jeff says I'm Elmer Fudd. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbit.
There was a satirical TV show with puppets many, many years ago called Spitting Image that was a UK production. I don't know if you've ever seen any of it in the US. But there was a skit in that where they had Elmer, with somebody playing the part of Elmer Fudd, and he was hunting beaver, not rabbit.
Tough, Edward. My dad has the old original Up in Smoke album down here. Freaking, I found it one day and he was telling me about it. Back in the day when you bought that album, it came with a giant freaking rolling paper to make the damn freaking fat joint that they had in the movie or whatever. And freaking, oh my god, that shit was fucking hilarious. Tell me they used it. They were going to a Def Leppard concert, and my dad and a bunch of his friends used it. And fucking the whole way to the Def Leppard concert, all any of them were saying was the fucking Zeppelin, man. Woo! Fucking those albums is where a lot of my dad's sense of humor comes from.
talking of humour, you guys and your politics, what you need is you have two parties. You have the red party and the blue party. I'm not going to name them. And, you know, here in the UK, we're really lucky. We have lots of little independent parties. What you guys should benefit from is you need the Monster Raving Lunatic Party over there.
The best thing that could happen in the U.S. is for them to add a none of the above option to the ballot.
I did that today, actually. I registered to vote online when I'm 18.
Yes, here in the UK, we find your politics fascinating.
I'll be the first to say, I don't care what side you're on. A politician's a crook, no matter what fucking side you're on.
Well, my
I'll be
way
the
of
first to
looking,
say it.
well, I'm a Scottish nationalist, which means I'm in a very small minority. And I've always said to people, it doesn't matter what your politics are, it doesn't matter what football team you support, I will still find a way to take the Michael, poke fun at whatever team, political party, or whatever you have. And I had to chuckle to myself. I'm going to offend at least 50% of the American audience right now. There was the big debate over President Biden, where he was struggling with memory. Now, I don't know if you've noted or watched anything recently where it seems to me that Trump seems to be struggling with his memory, because I'm pretty sure that it's Kamala Harris, not Crooked Kamala, as the person's name. And he struggles to pronounce Kamala as well.
He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that a little bit throughout the years. The way he talks, he has some trouble pronouncing certain words, but that's just the way he talks. I've noticed that
on purpose. That's 100% on purpose.
Oh, Kamala's name? Oh, fuck it. But I've noticed it with other words too. Not just political words, just other stuff.
You can't think of anything to say. He calls somebody a name. That's his MO. And I always has been.
Yeah.
Put these two on, and I'm gonna stop before I do something bad. I ended up messing up one decal trying to put another one on.
I like Bob, so I'll keep my mouth shut. I like Bob, that's why.
Well, we don't have proportional representation. I'm just responding to Red. Was it Red? Red Steel Scrapyard. We don't have proportional representation. We do in the Scottish Parliament, but not in Westminster. In Westminster, it's first past the post, which is why you will always end up with either the Labour Party or the Conservative Party winning. It's a European thing, this proportional representation.
Yeah, Kamala isn't she? Marcy. Love you, Marcy.
And for those of you who don't believe me, Google Monster Raving Lunatic Party. It's a genuine thing. I think the greatest amount of votes they've ever had is 0.6%.
Yeah.
But then In the UK, anyone can stand at an election. You've got to put a deposit down. I think it's £1,000, and you've got to get a percentage of the vote, per population of the area that you're standing in, to get your deposit returned. But 20 years ago, there was one person who stood for at a local election at a local level, and she lost her deposit because I think she got nine votes, and it basically was, how big is her extended family? That was good. Wasn't it? Yes, you're supposed to rotate the brass round, not the cutting piece. So I can tell summer has finally arrived here in Scotland. The rain is absolutely chucking it down outside. Yeah, apparently you've got a bit of a heat wave going on. Somebody earlier was having a tornado warning. What's the W?
Yeah, we're supposed to be 100 degrees here tomorrow with like 800% humidity. You up here. Leave you alone. Let you dry. We don't do bad things.
Let's keep it up. Where are you? Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
We were just filling in waiting for you to come back.
Add grilled cheese.
Yeah, what it is.
Grilled cheese and a couple of pieces of pre-cooked microwave bacon.
Yeah, right now it is almost 9 o'clock here where I'm at, and it is 28 degrees and or 92 degrees, depending on whether you use silly meters or freedom meters.
Damn. We're gonna have a bad heat wave tomorrow, and it's not gonna stop until Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be 36, which is hot, hot, hot.
Marcy says it's going to be hotter than Hades' ass crack at midday. And naturally, my question is, how does Marcy know what Hades' ass crack temperature is? Okay, wasn't it before this thing?
It's supposed to be 100 here tomorrow with what's the humidity supposed to be.
Or it's gonna be super hot tomorrow when I go to work, so it'll be even hotter in that building. We'll have ovens and shit going.
Yeah, they're saying 70% humidity, 100 degrees, so that's going to be 104, 105 degree.
And our AC in that building is on the fritz. Had a dude who owns the building, had a guy come out, check the AC thing, and told him that's just old and worn out. You need a whole new system. And told him it'd be like 25 grand to redo the whole system. The dude said, "Fuck it, no." So I was just hot as fuck in our building.
The worst sound a guy can hear at the doctor's office.
Wait.
Hey, this is the next thing, not an entrance. I don't even let people wave the fucking finger on my face. Oh, that was good. I needed some. Fucking all that all day is coffee and a singular Oreo.
I don't dare ask what microwavable bacon is. But curiosity has got the better of me. What is microwavable bacon?
It's like a pack of pre-cooked bacon. You start with the microwave and heat it up.
Oh, right.
It's the same kind of bacon like Subways and stuff like that have. It's all pre-cooked.
Oh, right.
But heat it up in a heat it up. It's not bad. It's not like real crispy or anything like actually made bacon, but I mean, it's not bad. It's cheap as hell and it's easy to make and something I can eat.
And I'm sure you could eat it cold as well.
Yeah, you can eat it cold. Which that's how a lot of the sandwich places like Subway and Jimmy John's do. It's just cold, but it's all pre-cooked. But heating it up, you can get some of the grease and stuff out of it, and it's better.
See, now you've got me hankering for a bacon and egg sandwich.
There's this guy on YouTube I've been watching lately. He does on a budget, like full meals, like be like budget full meal. Here's the $10 easy meal you can make, and I've been making some of those, and they're not bad. They're usually all cheapo meals with great value ingredients, but I mean, pretty damn good.
I watch on YouTube this guy called Max Miller. He has this channel called Tasting History, and every week he does a whole new recipe from history. And about a year ago he did a suckling pig, and I thought that would be an interesting Christmas dinner. So I thought, let's go find out how much a suckling pig costs from my local butcher. And he told me how much it was, and I thought, yeah, we'll just get a joint of beef for Christmas again.
Yeah. Even when the pork prices are low, suckling pig, there's not a whole lot of meat there.
Yeah, it was the fact that it was going to cost £100 for this, for one small pig that's going to eat. You're going to eat it in one day.
Yeah. It's not like a big luau where they do a full size pig. A suckling pig, there's not a whole lot. There's enough for about 4, maybe 5 people for a meal, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes great. It's tender as hell, but yeah, there's not a whole lot there.
Yeah. The only
It's like
time
trying to do Thanksgiving dinner with one chicken,
the only time we really spend a bunch on meals are like holidays if we go out or something. Otherwise, this place down the road from me every Sunday has a $10 steak night. About as fancy as we get. Which for $10 for a steak, a salad, and a plate full of fries, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, there's a place up here up on the interstate that has a $12.99 dinner special every night. I usually go on Wednesdays because it's fried chicken, and you get half a fried chicken and two sides for $12.99 for $13.
Yeah.
And
A lot
they
of
are
chicken.
packed every night.
A lot of chicken I've been eating recently is the Hardee's down the street from me. After 6 or 7 o'clock, a 20-piece chicken tenders, $6.99. So I mean, $6 for a big old thing full of chicken. It's not bad. It's pretty damn good. It's not like a bunch of day old, like the old stuff they've had lying around. It's like past couple times I've went, it's been like fresh, just made chicken.
Yeah, Hardee's really screwed the pooch when they quit selling the Roy Rogers chicken in all their stores.
Yeah. Usually I guess like my mom and dad are on the
Better than KFC or any of the other ones.
If my mom and dad are on the Harley on like a poker run on Saturday nights, usually I will get me and my brother that. Just because it's cheap and it's a lot of chicken and we'll get full. Usually if I'm out and about running around and I start getting hungry instead of stopping, which instead of stopping at like a fast food place, I'll head up to this gas station that's not too far from where I work. They have fresh battered and fried corn dogs, which for $2 per corn dog, good fucking corn dogs. That's just because I cannot stand spending more than $10 at a fucking fast food place.
Those days are gone.
Oh, what was it? What was it? There was something I was reading was the price of your McDonald's is has shot up in price. They're actually thinking about shutting down the west coast of California, and because
the wages has gone up to like $20 an hour out there.
Yeah.
15 here, which is hard enough.
Yeah, it's 14 over here.
So it's hard to. They can't afford to do $5.99 or $6 meals anymore because they have to pay the employees $15 an hour.
Yeah. People don't understand. Like working at a McDonald's or a place like that, that's like a high school, after high school, still trying to figure shit out job. That's not like a lifelong job you should be getting paid fucking $18, $19, $20 to do.
Yeah.
Most of those people working at places like that stand on their phones half the time or sneak around back to light up a blunt. Okay.
When I started working, the wage was minimum wage was $3.25 an hour.
Yep.
My first paycheck was £105 for a week. And gradually, as I progressed through the ranks, the salary went up.
Like my job right now, I work at a Jimmy John's, and minimum wage there is like $14 an hour.
Yep.
Now, given I make a little more than that, just because I've been there going on 3 years, and I'm one of the only people there that isn't fucking stupid. Rest of them all there are all freaking just turned 15 looking for a job, fucking retards. But there are a few people there I do love to work with, and that's the only reason I've kind of stuck around. Like my boss, my general manager, or whatever the hell she calls herself, Sean Yell. I love working with her. She's cool as hell. A couple of the managers are a little older. One of the managers, he's the one that got me the job there. I've known him since, God, I was in 7th grade, and I'm 18 now. I just graduated. So me and him, yeah. I always think it's funny whenever we get some new high school kids coming in working. After a couple weeks or a month or whatever, they'll complain to my manager how much of an asshole I am, how much of a dick I am. They don't like me. They don't want to work with me. Same question you always ask them. Well, why was he like that towards you? Like, oh, I don't know. He was just like that. No, she'll come ask me. And it's usually because I'm running around doing my job and their job while they're on their phones, and I don't fucking like that. I'll tell them, get the fuck off your phone quick.
Last company I worked for, everybody seemed to have a university degree. I seemed to have an awful lot of management above me. I had a team leader, a team supervisor, a shift supervisor, a production manager, an assistant production manager, a shift manager, and unit manager, and a dispatch manager. There were so many bloody managers. Then there was only one Indian, that was moi. And they all seemed to spend their day palming off the work onto other people, i.e. muggins. It got to the stage where they were paying the wage bill for management staff was unbelievable. And back in 2015, they announced that they were laying off 4 people. One at our production facility, one at our warehouse facility, and 2 at our office facility down in Basildon. And I looked at my colleagues and thought, you poor bastards, one of you is going to be unemployed for Christmas. And then they announced who it was that was getting pumped out the door, and that was me. They got rid of me.
Wrong button.
Yeah. And the funniest thing was, it wasn't until after they got rid of me that they realised just how much work I actually did for the company.
Yeah. Which my plan was originally worked up throughout high school, and then once I graduate, find an actual job. And I don't know, freaking as soon as I turned 18, the boss was talking about making me a actual manager. So I was like, it couldn't hurt. A little more money till I find something else, and to look good on a resume, seeing that I've been at the same job for 3 years and I was a manager for a year. Wouldn't hurt. The job I did before this, I can't really put on a resume. It was cash under the table. Freaking doing outdoor manual work.
Yeah. The government has clamped down on that. I used to do a little, I used to have a Sunday job, which was working in my local video store. And it was for my next door neighbour, who was a friend at the time. And used to be, it was a £5 an hour. Basically, it was 10 hours a day and on a Sunday. And all you did was you just sat there, surfed the internet, built scale models, watched movies, deal with the customers, and it was a nice little side job. And of
The
course,
only thing I sort of miss working the landscaping outdoor stuff is I didn't have to deal with fucking people.
Yeah.
I got this job because I got sick of working in either 100-degree weather all day or negative or 1 degree negative weather all day. Fucking rain or shine, we were out there working. That old dude didn't give a shit.
Yes, you retail workers, especially you guys in the United States, have to deal with something called a Karen.
No, we got a lot of those. It's always the people that will piss you off the most are either they're always entitled, thinking the world owes them something, a-holes driving Land Rovers or Teslas.
I'm so
I
glad.
can't stand them.
That's the one thing we haven't imported from America is Karens. Or you do occasionally get the odd entitled person, but funny enough, they're actually shut down very quickly in the UK by retail staff.
Yeah. It's the hardest part of the job when people get stupid. I can't tell them how stupid they fucking are. It's the hardest part, keeping my mouth shut.
I had this one guy who says to me, I'm about to use an offensive term, and I make no apologies for this. He says, "Are you trying to make me look a right cunt?" And I just looked him right in the eye and said, "You don't need me to do that, pal." He did not like that answer.
Yeah. I work night shifts most of the time, except on weekends. I'll work Saturday and Sunday day shifts, just because usually Saturdays or Sunday I'm at the dirt track at the night, so I can't work nights. But night shifts aren't too bad. A couple day shifts I've worked throughout the week. Now people are fucking stupid.
I seem to be alternating between late shifts and early shifts at the moment, which suits me to a T because the mid shifts are just a killer. It basically kills your social life.
Yep, that's why I worked nights my entire life. You didn't have to deal with those people.
That, and I'm a night owl. I'm not a early riser. I'm more of a night owl. So I'd rather work most of the night, sleep till 10 o'clock. And yeah. That's the biggest thing I was looking for. And if I was going to do something else, something I could work nights where I didn't have to be up at fucking 6 o'clock every single morning. Which, if I find something else that requires that and whatever, I'll get over it, but I prefer to work nights.
You can get an overnight job at like Walmart for they pay like $17, and then you don't have to deal with people at all. Because you come in right when the store closes and you leave in right after the hour after it opens in the morning.
Hey, Papa. I might go. I don't know. It all depends. September, though, I'm going to that show. Just because it's so damn close to over in Missouri, I might as well.
Ed was saying there that he's building a dog of a kit, but all the reviews that he's seen of it, everyone seems to have perfect kits.
NPC Vegas Rat Trap. Well, that's your first problem. It's an NPC. Sorry, it is. You see Jeff's last comment, Bob?
Yeah. Grab them off the truck stop.
Would be very nice.
Leave them at Bucky's.
Oh, leave me out of Bucky's. I'll be fine for a few days. I've actually never been to a Bucky's. Always heard of me. This charger takes so long. Right now that my stick is charged, let's charge my phone. I need multiple chargers. Yeah. How's the interior looking on the Cadillac? Everything dry-ish. Dry enough to see how it fits in the Cadillac body. Yeah, it slides right in pretty well. Well, that's what you're saying. There we go. Oh, look, still spoke too soon. And the pinholes, of course, it's what I don't want to go on the pinholes.
Oh. Night, Jeff.
All right, Papa.
Hi, Jeff.
Come on, man. Get in there, Apple. There. I don't know the parts play this stuff, but and of course I don't just go like that all the way. So what we got that held up. Let me guess. Something fucking stupid. Yeah. All right. There we go. Nope, I just got anything. There we go. Damn. Oh yeah, pink and white looks really good on that Cadillac. Put the roof on, see how it looks. And of course that up. So because I have to drop it. Yeah, like that. That looks good. It's framed. You know, it's framed decent. Try enough. No, my phone. Let's see. No. Whoops. Frame things.
There's a lot of oops going on over there.
There we are. And that all lined up. I need to paint the front of that pink because you can see that now. Yeah, you can see it. I have to like my hood off right now. No, it does.
When working on Trident missiles, oops is the last word you want to hear.
Yeah, it's in there now. Now it's on there. It's good. Hang on. Green Cadillac.
A baby pink Cadillac.
Yeah, the camera's making it look more that color. It's like a bubblegum pink. It's a little bit darker than that, but well, the name of the color is bubblegum pink. I call it Elvis Presley pink. Got the white top to match. Valve covers and air cleaner, all color matched on an all aluminum motor. Pretty damn good. Nice kit. I like it. That's just all mock up. Just glued on there. Okay. I'm gonna have to paint that. All that right there pink. Love the frame on this kit too. Frame is incredible.
Oh boy.
As soon as I painted this car, first thing that came to my mind was Bruce Springsteen's song Pink Cadillac. Now, how am I gonna get this apart without breaking anything? Scratching anything? Gently, if I'm gonna get it apart. Gently. I can't really grab it right there. That's good. Alrighty. You're gonna be a pain in the ass, ain't you? Yep.
Of course.
Uh,
You wouldn't want it any other way, would you?
Yeah, it all fits together really tight, which I'm glad it does. It's not loose, but that just makes mock up a little harder when you got to pull it back apart. There it goes. Such a regular. This come apart since I widened those holes a little bit better. Yeah, okay. That didn't want to come out the first time I did this. Yeah, worry, of course not. The interior's stuck. Oh, there it is. There we go. Wipe my shit off the body. There we go. Alright. So all that, I didn't think about first. All that's gonna get painted pink. But both interiors. Oh yeah, I like them all. Bit of a Foos fan girl. I was looking at Hobby Nut the other day. Hobby Nut, he had a bunch of the Foos kits on his website, but they had already had sold. He had a bunch of them on there. If I would have been a couple days earlier, I probably could have got a couple of them Foos kits. The only one I probably wouldn't have bought was the F100, just because I have 4 of those and they're all parted out parts kits.
Well, there's only 2 of them that are like different new tools. The rest of them, only thing is the difference is the wheels and the decal.
Yeah.
Like the Firebird, the only difference is the wheels and the decals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's the exact same kit.
Yeah.
So
I just love Foos. So that's one guy whose brain I'd like to pick someday in my life is Chip Foos. Pick his brain a little bit.
in fact, when I build that, and I'm probably not even going to use the decals or the wheels from that kit, because I'm going to go a little bit different direction of it. I bought a cow induction hood to go on it, and then I'll probably tub it out and put some slicks under it.
Okay.
And use the retro Firebird on it.
Yeah, there's a couple guys in the car world whose brands I'd like to pick. And Chip Foose, Bill Carlton, David Finnegan. What the hell is the other guy's name? That's with David. His last name's Freiberger. I don't remember what the hell his first name was.
I am surprised on the car side of things that no one's produced a model of this Tesla Cybertruck, because that would be a weathering pleasure dome for me, because apparently they rust.
Yeah, if they came out with it, I think I'd only get it to do dumb shit with it.
yeah. That's
Oh,
that's exactly why I would. I don't build cars, but the weathering side of that particular vehicle, I've seen some really iffy stuff.
If it didn't come with an opening hood, I'd open the hood up on it, stick a supercharged Hellcat motor in it, big old giant set of 4x4 tires, paint it up like the Kid Rock's Cybertruck. He's got his done up like the General Lee. Bunch of dumb shit. Which I'm not a big fan of the Tesla, but Elon Musk, he was definitely a pretty smart guy. He's another one of those who's
He's smart enough to hire a bunch of smart people to work for him, is what it is.
yeah, literally, but fucking he was on Joe Rogan's podcast like a year ago. Fucking it was fucking hilarious. He was on there getting stoned with Joe Rogan. Oh my god, he is funny when he's stoned. Nah, that's a lie. The only Tesla I would actually own, and it'd have to be given to me because I'm not buying one, is the Tesla black something. It might just be Tesla Black. That might be what it's called. But it's like a all-wheel drive, 1,000 horsepower. It's torquey as fuck. Seen some videos about that car, and it looks fun to drive, honestly. It looks like it'd be fun to drive. Not a big electric car guy or fan of them, but I mean, it looks like it'd be fun to drive. Until you have to wait 5 hours to charge it. But
No, you don't. They charge you. Can use those rapid chargers on the highway and stuff. They charge them up. Basically, every time you stop to go to the bathroom or whatever, you throw it on the charger for 10 minutes, and it'll put like 25% charge back in it, and you can run for another 2-3 hours.
yeah.
And then when you get to wherever you're at for the night, then you just plug it in overnight and full charge it.
Yeah. Even then, I'm not a big fan of them. But that one would be fun to drive. All-wheel drive, freaking torquey as hell, 1,000. Well, I don't know, an electric car. Is it horsepower or is it watts? 1,000 horsepower. 1,000 watts. Whatever.
I mean,
It would be fun to drive. Oh no, same Marcy, but that's why I said I would never buy one. It'd have to be given to me. But like I said, just for the shits and giggles of driving something like that, it'd be fun. But otherwise, I'll keep my V6 21-year-old Silverado out in the driveway. That $100 will fill my tank, and a full tank will last me a good 3.5 weeks. Even with all the driving I do. If I ever get a new truck, I'm getting something not new. I'm getting something older. Big old square body or something. Which I know of where there's a square body sitting around my town. I don't know who the hell owns the house. The house looks abandoned though. It's sitting behind an abandoned house. Fucking cab's in good shape. Bed's roached, but I mean shit. Even then, I know someone with a welder. I can fix the rest.
Hello.
somebody likes me.
Yeah, Kevin, that's the only reason I was kind of wanting a V6. High school minimum wage pay. I didn't want to have to be constantly filling up a big 5.7 or some big V8 motor. Little 4.3 does me just fine. And I will say that is a pissed off with 4.3 Vortec in that truck. The thing will shit and get. If I ever get something else, I'm getting something old and cool, four-wheel drive, or something fast. But that's if ever. I really like my truck. That, and with it only having 127,000 miles, the fucking thing runs perfect. It's basically a new truck for me. All right, Marcy, I'll see you.
Good night.
Take care, Marcy.
Paint these rims, I guess, while I'm waiting for stuff to dry. I'm not stand still until some paint and some glue dries. Where is my gold paint? Okay.
Where you left it.
Yeah, basically. Fresh bottle. Only been slightly used because I found it in a kit I ordered off eBay. I have a jar of gold paint in it.
Isn't it nice when you buy something and you get a bonus like that?
Oh yeah. It's one little tester's bottle. Gold paints, which I really only mainly use for carburetors. So that'll last me a little while. Or like on the Cadillacs and gold. Little offset.
you go.
Let's see if I can do this without talking it up.
Start your own paint range. Call it Carburetor Gold.
There's a hair poking out this paintbrush, and I'm like, where's my let me just cut that little hair out. One little hair sticking up on this paintbrush. Better. Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, gold ring around these wheels are definitely the play. That looks good. I like that. Be a little offset to the pink and white on the caddy. Shining alley. Let's see. Make sure I got that all even. Oh yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like the way that looks. Ah, you fucker!
Did you drop something?
Yeah, little piece I just painted. Actually, but didn't. Literally, I dropped it and it like wiped against my hand, and that actually kind of worked. All it did was wipe away the little excess, too much blotchy paint that was on it, and it actually worked out. Where's my towel? That worked out, actually. Yeah, my fuck up just worked out. I love it. Yeah, let's get that gold up around this rim now. And let's not drop this one. This one. Put it on stick. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that.
I'll be right back. My camera's starting to glitch. I'm gonna reboot it.
Alrighty. Yep, and I fucked up. Oh, okay. Turn it over. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, that the gold looks better than the red. That's around the wheels. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it.
Yep, I would say the gold definitely looks better than the red.
Yeah, especially on a pink caddy. That red ain't gonna match. Let me do this. Let me cut these wheels off the tree so I don't accidentally knock into them and wipe the paint off them.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool. It looks so better.
Well, tell me what you think, guys. This is for my stand. This is kind of how the plane is going to sit on the stand. So should I put the Blue Angels logo on there or the spook?
Let me see.
Here's the spook. And here's the Blue Angels.
I think the spook looks funnier.
Yeah, but remember that you're building a model of an aerodynamic display team, so you maybe want to put the Blue Angels logo on instead.
Well, the spook has the Blue Angel on it. Let me see if you'll focus.
He's the Blue Angel spook.
Well, the Phantom is the spook. The plane is a Phantom, and so they called it the spook. Was the nickname.
The RAF called it something completely different.
So it's kind of the Phantom's mascot is the spook.
Ah.
I was really going to have both on there, but it's too busy with both on there.
That was going to be what I asked. How does it look with both?
It's too busy with both, and that what also the way the plane sits. It would cover up. You'd have one or the other would have to be covered up.
I get you. I like the spook.
Blue Angels, Edward says. We'll see. I think you're right. I think we're gonna go with the Blue Angel.
Black ass.
Besides, it gives you an opportunity at a later date to do a different version and use the spook logo.
Well, I've got more. These are actually I cut them off of the instruction sheet for the decals where they came from. So I've got another set.
All right.
Yeah, I think the Blue Angel shield is a little more classy.
Damn asshole!
Because of the way the plane's going to sit on the stand, I think the spook goes smaller, but because of the size, I think.
Damn it!
Yeah, I think it's just here. I might go to the other head. See what it looks there.
Damn it! I fucked that wheel up too. Oh no, I got one good looking wheel and two fucked up ones. That'll be all right. 3 fucked up ones. That's okay.
Yeah, I think I like the shield better.
This would be easier if I had a better brush. My brush kind of sucks. Yeah, that gold looks a lot better than that damn thing. I like it.
Balance.
And then I have a toothpick around here somewhere. I'll do the very little center of the rim gold too. Or where's the instruction? The decal sheet. Is there a Cadillac logo that goes in the center of those? Yes, there is. Okay. I'm gonna buy that. Cool. Let those dry, and I'll see how they look on the car. And with it being testers jar paint, if I don't like it, I can take some alcohol and rub it off. Let me hold it up to the car. Make sure I don't paint my fingers before I touch this car. Yeah, that's better. It'll look good in the white wall. Yeah, that looks good in that white wall. Oh, that looks better. I like that.
I'm still biting my tongue with the alcohol and rubbing it off. That will sting.
Yeah, I can always put this guy in a little piece of acetate and put him standing up next to it. I think that'll work. I can do that. That'll work. Do a little square of acrylic and stick him on there and put it next to it.
Well, I'd done it originally with a Sharpie, Edward, and the only Sharpie I have that's close to it is this one, and I didn't like the way it looked. It's more of a bronze, and it didn't match any other gold accents I have in the car, so I just wiped it off and just used my paintbrush for the little gold VR.
Yeah, you're using Molotov pens, aren't you? The Molotov chromes.
Yeah, I use a
You do
lot
know
of them.
they
I got
make,
a thick one and a smaller one.
yeah, you do know they actually make black ink pens as well.
Yep.
Usually for the black, if I need a black pen, I just have a Sharpie I always use. And then for tire lettering, I found this at a upside down. This at a like Five Below store. Little white ink pen. I like those for the like Jay's wheels have the raised lettering on his drag tires.
Everywhere I go at the moment on YouTube, there's somebody doing a review of the AK paint markers range that's just come out.
Big one.
W11.
When I look at the Cadillac, it would have looked good with my original idea. The original idea for it was a tuxedo look black car with a white interior. Pink looks really good too. This big old thing black would look really good too. painted black. I would have sanded all the trim off the side and just had it smoothed down the whole side. Which would have been easier than doing the chrome trim, but whatever.
Oh, what was that Clint Eastwood movie with the pink Cadillac in it? Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
I love that movie. That's another good Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
You know what the next project is after I finish the Cadillac? I'm gonna do a lifted 4-wheel drive 65 Alpina. I might use the camper. I don't know.
We're gonna go for about 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna shut her down.
All right.
Here's a challenge for you. Use the camper, open the doors, and deck the camper out as a 19. What year was the car originally produced?
The Alcaminos was 65.
Do it in 1955 decor. Complete with tacky deck fittings and wall fittings.
Everything will be almond and avocado and stainless steel.
That wasn't too bad.
Harvest gold, autumn brown, or avocado.
I kind of wish this one had the camper shell like the other 65 El Camino they put out a couple years back. Instead of the full camper, it just had the camper shell, which I like the camper shell better than the full camper. But I love El Caminos. So when my Walmart had that kit for $15, I had to buy it.
Yes, you can never pass a bargain by when it presents itself straight to your face.
I know that one wasn't 15.
It would be rude to pass by such a nice, charming bargain.
That one was 18 and some change. The Buick Wildcat was $15.
I mean, it's like this T72 that I'm busy putting together. It originally was 98 quid in the UK, but yet they couldn't sell them, so they've been putting them on special offer for 56 quid. I may have purchased a couple. I buy one for 98 quid, but I can have two at 56 quid.
Yeah. I bought a couple kits from that when I found all of them at Walmart. Actually, my birthday was right around then, so my mom bought 3, and then I bought 3. She gave me for my birthday.
That makes 6 in your stash.
Yeah. Well, 2 of them were the same truck, and one of them was one I already built, but I got different plans with them. I love the 90s OBS body style Chevy, so I got 2 of the single cab short bed sport trucks and 1 more of the extended cab dually. Because with the dually kit, I needed the extended cab and the short bed from the sport truck to recreate my dad's old 96 Chevy. And then the leftover parts, I can do a single cab dually. Which I don't know if I'm gonna do that single cab dually. I found a resin printed on a eBay. It was a 95 OBS Chevy big 4-door. So if I get that, I'll do a 4-door long bed dually. You know, massive sucker. Oh, you asshole. The paint's running. Content. Whatever.
Nothing worse than running paint.
I got one that. I got 2 wheels I messed the paint up on and 2 wheels that look perfect. So whichever side of the car looks better, we'll get the 2 good looking wheels. And the other side, we'll just get 2 of the bad ones. Which is actually this side. This side. Yeah, a couple spots in it. I need to wet sand probably those spots out, but so if I do that now.
It's a whole different discipline doing cars than it is doing aircraft or tanks.
Depends if you're doing show quality or it'll look good on my shelf. I don't give a crap quality like I do.
Yeah.
As long as it looks good on my shelf and I'm pretty happy with it, that's all I care about.
Well, I've got what was it now? It's behind me. It is a food.
The only model I have that's going show quality is let me check this out. Is this truck sitting right in front of me? This little 94. I've got a custom frame under it. I chopped it up and already did a big motor with a big radiator. Planning on actually this being the first kit I put plug wires on. This kit, I'm going all out on this truck just because I love I'm just an OBS guy.
Yes, I have a Fujimi Veneno car to do that someone challenged me last year to do. And that's coming up in the build sequence in October. So that'll be my first ever car kit. But I have some old, what do you call the damn things? Alclad color shift paint that I got cheap. So I'm going to apply that to it. Because apparently there's only about 7 of these cars being manufactured, so I can basically do any color scheme I want on it.
Yeah, that look good. I've been playing with them with the can of color shift lately. There's this 70 Buick Wildcat I have sitting over here. It's a curbside. The hood doesn't open, the exhaust and everything, suspension, it's all molded into the frame. So with it being a no detail kit, I'll do something crazy with the paint. Nice set of wheels.
Edward was saying, was it Edward? Edward was saying, hopefully you all got some of the Mr. Color primer and surfacer that came in the last couple of weeks before it sells out. Yeah, there seems to be that seems to be like unicorns and unicorn tears. It's impossible to get a hold of.
I don't pay attention to that stuff. I don't use the airbrush or anything like that, the testers or anything. I just use the El Cheapo cans of Rust-Oleum.
Mm-hmm.
And if you apply it right, you can get a really nice paint job out of Rust-Oleum. But it's just a little bit of a process of applying.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, I have a friend who builds car kits. She uses, she just goes to a local garage shop and buys cans of the appropriate paint for either red or, Peugeot yellow or whatever, and she just applies that. I mean, I use cans of automotive primer for the bulk of my priming for models. I've got some of the Mr. Surfacer primers, but they're too expensive for what you make out of it. And some paints don't seem to like it. You know, they don't grab a hold of the Mr. Surfacer. Yeah, there we go. Perfect match. Yes.
A Duplicolor brand.
Yeah, I use a UK brand called High Coat.
That's all I use. Rust-Oleum.
That's the automotive paint. It's an acrylic lacquer. It's like $17 a can, but you can paint 3 or 4 bodies out if you're judicious with it. If you decant it, you can probably get a lot more, but if you're spraying it out of the can, you can get 3 or 4 car bodies out of one can.
Which this is $6, and that's a big can. That's the only reason I use Rust-Oleum is it's $6, and that makes it pretty damn nice. Which I actually found at Ollie's. Ollie's now carries Rust-Oleum paints, and they're all like $2 a piece, or $2 a can. So I bought a bunch of cool looking colors from Ollie's.
You can never have enough paint, I find.
Yeah. I'm buying a lot of darker colors lately, like a lot of dark walnuts, different shades and color variances of black, really dark and light silvers. I've been doing a lot of darker colored kits lately. Just because for some reason the darker paint I can get to lay down better than a lighter color. Like this pink on this Cadillac, it kind of laid down like shit. It took me a couple times. So if I would have laid it down with black, it probably would have turned out fine. Just for some reason I can get the darker colors to lay down better than lighter colors.
Yeah, lighter colours are more transparent, so you get to build up the layers of paints.
Yeah.
Get them to.
But Rust-Oleum, anyway, it sprays really thick. So you have to do multiple extremely light coats.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 really light coats, and then my 3rd coat I'll lay on just a little bit thicker, and it'll turn out perfect. That little bit thicker of a coat will give it that nice sheen, or nice shine on it. Which is what I should have done with the Cadillac, probably. I did 2 light coats, let it dry, and then I hit it with a coat of clear coat. And I probably should have done a 3rd coat of paint before I clear coated it. But whatever. It looks all right. For something that's going to sit on my shelf that I'm enjoy looking at and be pretty proud of what I did, I don't really give a shit.
You gonna bring anything to the show to put on the tables?
I don't know.
I mean, it don't hurt.
I might bring that if you remember that 70 Challenger, that silver one with the really big wheels I did. Just because that car I'm very proud of. Paint doesn't look the best, but I'm pretty proud of it, so that's all I give a shit about. That or the turquoise F-150 that the paint laid down so nice on.
Because it's nice to put something on the table, then you have a conversation piece to talk about, talk to other guys about, and you can, talk to guys, you see ones that you like, and ask them questions about how to do this and do that, and tips and tricks.
If I get this OBS Chevy done by then, I'll definitely bring it. And the Ford. Because then I'll have the 90s body single cab short bed slammed Chevy and the 90s single cab short bed slammed Ford. Both different shade of turquoise.
Yeah, well, Duplicolor used to be a whole lot cheaper, Edward. It popped up here recently. But yeah, the spray cans of the like Mr. Surfacer, yeah, I can get if I spray it to the airbrush, yeah, I can get 6 or 7. If I were to decant the Duplicolor, I know you get a dozen cars. You get paint a dozen car bodies out of one can.
Duplicolor is how I found out paint can, the rattle cans can't expire. My Rule King had a bunch of Duplicolor paint for $1.67 a piece, and I bought a couple cans and started test spraying them and realized, well, paint can expire.
Oh, the testers cans used to leak,
They were a Duplicolor.
and so you get the little testers cans and buy them per project and get ready to use them, and they wouldn't work. They get a leak in them, and all the resin would come out.
It's
Like a little yellow blob on the bottom of the can where the can leaked, and all propellant and the resin would come out.
I have quite a few cans of the Badger. What do you call the stuff? The airbrush cleaner. It's kind of like this stuff, the liquid reamer. This stuff made by Badger that I bought in bulk because I spent 7 years working in a model shop, and when we closed up, I pre-bought a pile of the stock and bought half a dozen cans of the Badger airbrush cleaner, and gradually over the years. You go to use it, and all the propellant inside is evaporated or escaped. So it's just basically it's a can of liquid that you can sugar, but you can't get out.
Yeah.
I keep needing to buy a tin opener and go out the back and pierce it so I can extract the contents. And of course, because it's xylene, you need to work quickly, put it into an airtight container and take it away because it will literally evaporate in your hands.
Right there, yeah.
That and with Rust-Oleum cans being so tall, once they're empty and you're done using them, they're double purposed for painting.
Yeah. This is exactly what I use. The tops off the high coat primer. That's it. I use those for mounting things on.
Yeah, I don't care if I win or lose. I bring tape models to show that conversation pieces to talk about other people's stuff. I mean, if you get an award, great, but whatever. If I do get one and they just come, I bring them home and they get shoved in a bag that's up under the table there. I haven't even looked at them in years. In fact, there's 4 of them. I don't even know where they're at. There's 4 plaques for models. I have no clue where they're even at. Trophies, awards, whatever you want to call them. I have no idea where I can put them. But yeah, it's nice. Did you talk to people and say, well, how'd you do that? Or how'd they do that? Or talk to them and say, hey, what do you think about this? And they can say, well, if you tried this or this, maybe next time it, might come out the way you want it. It's nice to do.
Yeah,
and then you get good deals on kits too. That's a bonus point. Points there.
Yeah, that's what shows are about is the social interaction, meeting people and inquiring how did they achieve that, and get them to explain it, and then you go away and trial and experiment with it. For me, as modelers, we get into a routine of we build the same model or we build a model and we paint the same way, or we do the same things, or we use the same aftermarket products on each model. And it's basically like a Weber prison is that same thing. I like to mix and match. Yep. For example, this thing here was originally airbrushed in green. And on the top of it, I applied a very thin coat of oil paint green to lighten the top surfaces completely, and it radically changed the color of the vehicles. Since I've added the weathering paste to the top of it, I blended it all together now. So you can't see the top of the vehicle is different to the sides of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But that may be the fact that I may have mixed up the slurry wash for the dust that's on the top just a bit too much. I may have applied that just a bit too thick, so it's affected the overall colour of it. But other than that, it's progressing nicely. I managed to get a crew figure for it. I managed to find a crew figure from the live resin range of figures that will fit in nicely. And when he's painted, he will mount in the open hatch there, and that gives a sense of scale of the model when it's finished. I just realised that you can't actually see inside it, so it's okay. Because I realised that I didn't put his legs on.
That's all right.
Of course, it's
Can't see him
open
anyway.
hatches. Yeah. But you can't see in enough to notice that he doesn't have any legs.
The figures I
Yeah,
got
just
for
glue 'em up
retail,
in there and then we'll move.
they're all cut, only molded from the waist up.
Yeah.
To begin with, they have no bottom, lower torso and legs because you can't see them in the kit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to sometimes you run into that guy that it's all about the awards and he won't tell you. He's afraid you're going to steal his secrets and stuff, but then you just blow them off and go to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for back in the late 90s, the hairspray chipping technique came in.
Yeah.
And it was being used by a few people, but they weren't sharing out the trick. And eventually it became the mainstream, getting a can of aerosol hairspray, applying it to the model, spraying over it, and then using water to lift the paint. But it only works with acrylic-based paints, not enamel-based paints.
I think this is what we're doing right now. The social media aspect of it is kind of gotten rid of a lot of that secrecy, how to do this and how to do that thing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know about any of the rest of you, but I've been involved on YouTube right from the day that YouTube first came on stream. I was one of the first people to adopt YouTube, and back in the beginning of the day, it was the Japanese modelers that were doing stuff on YouTube. They were speaking in Japanese, the captions, subtitles were in Japanese, and it was just looking at what they were doing, and you were blown away because they were taking your standard Tamiya tank kit and building up a model on a diorama base with the contents of the Tamiya kit box. And nowadays people forget that the Japanese were, it's called skill level Japan, where they take a look at something and they completely take it out of the water. That every generation has a new supermodeler. Back in the 70s, it was Chet Payne. In the 80s, it was Francois Verlinden. I'm talking armor modeling here. In the 90s, it was, who was it in the 90s? It was a Dutch guy, Martin van Gils. And then along came other people. You had Adam Wilder, Mig Jimenez. And the new guy that's the new kid on the block is Martin Kovacs from Night Shift. His modelling techniques have improved, have come along a long way in basically the last 10 years. And he's introduced introduced people to a whole new range of products. Earlier this evening, I was using the VMS pigments. And again, these have been around for about 15, 20 years, but only recently have you been able to get them here in the UK because nobody was importing them because people were bringing in the MIG. The MIG, wait a minute, I was using the MIG one just the other day there. Oh, there it is there. The MIG pigments, and then of course there was the Vahalo range of pigments that they brought out. There was all sorts of other manufacturers. I'm trying to remember who the other one is. Adam Wilder, who did some incredible products, although they were manufactured in Russia from radioactive waste from Chernobyl, because they didn't seem to. They does them in great big bottles, but they didn't seem to last very long. You got a bottle, you used it, and then 2 years later you were throwing it away and having to buy another bottle of the stuff because it's separated out badly. There are always nice new shiny products to have.
Oh yeah.
And the last couple of years, Green Stuff World has came along. They were doing stuff for that for the gamers, the people who do the Dungeons and Dragons or the Warhammer, they produced a range of products that have started to sneak into armor models. That's clear casting resin, UV resin.
Mm.
Yeah, you can pick up a lot of cross modeling techniques too. I mean,
Yeah.
things that guys do on airplanes, are different from cars or armor, and you can pick up tricks of what they're doing and say, "Wow, that will work for what I'm doing." Or it's nice. I love going to shows.
Yeah.
So social media has kind of helped with it because you can do that more on the lives and whatnot. But
I mean, Edward there just said that VMS are just getting easier to get in the United States. This is true. Go and try some of the pigments. I mean, I use this stuff. They're satin varnish, and you can spray that literally straight out the bottle. And because every time, because I use a couple of brands of paint. I use this Megamo stuff, which is an acrylic-based paint, but it's the only acrylic-based paint that I've seen that can be lifted off a model by enamel spirits. So it's a very fragile paint. It lays down, you build up the paint layers, because that originally was what this was painted with, was the Megamo paint. And then, of course, once you start doing stuff, you leave it because you think, okay, it hasn't cured properly. So you leave it for a while. In fact, I built a model, painted it, and left it for a year. Came back, put the white spirit on it to do the panel washes and the pin washes on it, and lifted the paint straight off. So I started using, it was originally, where's it gone? It was, how the hell's it gone? There it is here. It was this stuff, the satin varnish from Model Air, the Halo Model Air satin varnish. And then it became unobtainable. And eventually I moved to somebody else's satin varnish. And of course you have to dilute it a little bit to make it go through the airbrush. And then you buy this stuff because it was recommended by somebody else, and it sprays beautifully.
Yeah.
Straight out the bottle, to potter about thinning it. Just get yourself a big ass bore needle airbrush, pop it in, and that's you happy as a hog slop.
Yeah, I use a cheap Harbor Freight 05 needle airbrush for my clears. Just hose it on.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other one that somebody that I actually learned from an aero modeler was when you're laying down metallics like aluminum, silver, chrome, gold, put down a base of black and then apply. I'd preferably a gloss black, and then apply your aluminum, and it goes down perfectly. And that's something I never, as an armor modeler, I would never have came up with.
Yeah, because the light reflects off the black, gloss black underneath, and that's what helps make it, gives it its color.
Yep. Yeah, Ed was saying that the shipping wasn't good for him. It's not, especially if it comes from you, because it's a Polish product. There's companies based in Poland, and of course, since Britain left the EU, what was a £2 tub now costs £6.
Yeah.
And if you're really unlucky, you get stopped. It gets checked at customs, then you get £21 added to that as well.
That's one thing we have here. I've never had a package come from anywhere that I've got tagged with a customs fee on it. But anytime I send something to the UK or to Europe or Canada or Australia, they all at the other end, they always get hit with the tag, with the fees. But I've never had one coming in. And I buy stuff from all over the world. Well, gentlemen, it's after. So I'm gonna shut this one down. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6:00 Eastern time.
All right, man.
And so thank everybody for coming in. We've got 14 people watching. We got who's all in besides Kevin and Edward. But thanks for being here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Catch y'all later.
Take care, all.